What if I told you that the wood used to build Gold D. Rogers' ship, the Oro Jackson, the ship that sailed to the end of the world and found the One Piece itself, came from a tree named after the first man in the Bible? That is not a theory. That is confirmed canon, and it is just the beginning. Today we are going deep into one of the most fascinating aspects of One Piece that most people never fully appreciate: the mythological connections. Oda did not just borrow a name here and there. He built the entire skeleton of the One Piece world out of mythology. Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Egyptian mythology, Hindu mythology, biblical religion, all of it woven together into one story so carefully that even after 28 years, we are still finding new connections. Let us go through the biggest and most important ones. Let us start with Norse mythology. Elbaf is Oda's love letter to Viking culture, a land of giant warriors who live and die by a code of honor and strength. And sitting at the center of it is the Adam Tree, the largest and most powerful tree in the entire world. In Norse mythology, the equivalent of this tree is called Yggdrasil, the World Tree, a sacred cosmic tree so vast that its branches reach the heavens and its roots extend into 3 different realms: the realm of the gods above, the realm of humans in the middle, and the realm of the dead below. In One Piece, the Adam Tree has 3 layers that mirror this exactly. The Sun World is the middle level where the giants live. The Astral World is the canopy level at the top, and the Underworld is the base of the tree, which currently holds Loki himself imprisoned. Oda did not just name a tree Adam and call it done. He built the entire 3-realm structure of Yggdrasil into the Adam Tree's architecture. In the Underworld, at the roots, currently holding Loki prisoner, mirrors exactly the Norse myth of Loki being bound and imprisoned beneath the earth after causing chaos among the gods. And then there is Nidhogg. In Norse mythology, Nidhogg is a monstrous dragon or serpent that lives at the roots of Yggdrasil and endlessly gnaws at them. It represents primordial destruction, the force that slowly corrupts and weakens the foundation of the world from underneath. In One Piece, Loki Hammer Ragnir evokes Ragnarok itself, the Norse apocalypse. And the Adam Tree's only weakness is confirmed to be lightning and fire, suggesting Loki's attack on it was calculated to exploit this vulnerability, paralleling the destruction of Yggdrasil that triggers Ragnarok in Norse legend. Oda is not just referencing Norse mythology, he is staging the Norse apocalypse inside Elbaf in real time. Now, Greek mythology. And this is where Oda goes from referencing myths to literally naming the most important weapons in the entire story after them: the 3 ancient weapons: Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus. The weapons are both inanimate objects and living beings, known as Poseidon, Pluton, and Uranus, respectively, each named after a Greek deity affiliated with the sea, earth, and sky. Poseidon, in Greek mythology, is the ruler of the sea. In One Piece, Poseidon is Shirahoshi, the mermaid princess who can command the sea kings, the most powerful creatures in the ocean. Poseidon is the mermaid princess Shirahoshi, who has the power to not only communicate with the sea kings, but also command them to follow her orders. And according to mythology, Poseidon is the ruler of the sea. Pluton, in Greek mythology, is another name for Hades, the ruler of the underworld. In One Piece, Pluton is an ancient warship of mass destruction buried in the earth of Wano. And Uranus, the primordial god of the sky in Greek mythology, whose identity and power in One Piece remain completely unrevealed. The most important divine figure in all of One Piece, the power that Luffy carries, the liberation that Joy Boy promised, the name that the world government buried for 800 years: the sun god. Nika. In Greek mythology, Nika is another name for Nike, the goddess of victory. But Oda did not stop at one mythological source for Nika. He layered multiple mythologies on top of each other. Apollo, the Greek god of the sun, music, joy, light, and prophecy, shares an extraordinary number of traits with Nika. Apollo is the sun. Nika is the sun god. Apollo represents joy and light. Nika brings joy and freedom. And then there is Prometheus, the titan who stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity, who is punished eternally for empowering ordinary people against the will of those who ruled above them. Sound familiar? Nika steals power from the divine order. Nika gives that power to the oppressed. Oda built Nika from Nike, Apollo, and Prometheus simultaneously. 3 myths, 1 character, all pointing at the same idea of divine power given to the people who need it most.
Now let us talk about the most quietly significant religious connection in the entire series, the tree Adam and the sunlight tree Eve. The tree Adam is most likely a reference to the biblical story of Adam and Eve eating the fruit of the tree of knowledge. Adam reaches upward into the sky. Eve reaches downward into the ocean depths. In One Piece, they are the 2 trees that make the entire world livable. Like the video if this gave you something new to see in One Piece. Subscribe for weekly One Piece content every single week.